At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. GBPA president defends the port's performance. Also, West Grand Bahama and Bimini MP reports positive progress for Holmes Rock Junior School. And fire officials investigating an early morning blaze at the International Bazaar.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks for tuning in. Topping news tonight as government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority continue to be at odds, and both parties in the midst of arbitration related to some $357 million in repayment. Government has demanded as for services rendered. The GBPA president is now defending the port's work. Cleopatra Murphy has tonight's top story.
Not resting on its laurels. That's according to President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Roll, who insists the GBPA is consistently working to bring new investments to the island. He says multi-million-dollar projects like Carnival Celebration Key and the Shipyard project do not manifest overnight.
These transactions, they don't take 2 years. They don't take 3 years. Some of them don't take 4 or 5 years. And we, the Port Authority, have been from the very beginning, attracting and meeting with these relevant parties. Like, take, for instance, the Carnival deal. That probably started from 2006-7, right? Now, at the end of the day, the government and the Port Authority have to work together. No matter what the deal is, we all, at the end of the day, we must work together because we all play our part.
His comments come in the face of criticism from Progressive Liberal Party Chairman and Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, who last week blasted the Port Authority again for not doing its job, with government having to take up the slack. But Roll says the GBPA's work is constant.
We're working on some other real estate transactions. Of course, all of these we have to sign an NDA for, so we can't disclose these particular deals early. But there are real estate deals that we are working on presently that could leave a significant impact for the economy of Freeport.
The Port Authority president also addressed Minister for Grand Bahama Ginger Moxie's comments that outstanding receivables left by International Bazaar and Royal Oasis owners owed to the Port Authority that must be settled have slowed development of government's planned Afro-Caribbean marketplace. He does not see that as holding up the process.
In every business deal, you must have a financial plan. You must have a business plan to determine if a deal is feasible. We have not seen that, and I don't think one exists. So once we see a feasible plan, we are willing to do our part to facilitate anything that will bring new life into that International Bazaar area.
Amidst calls to do away with the GBPA and questions surrounding its continuing relevance today, Roll says this.
When you look around, you look out east and you look out west and you look at other areas. I frequent other areas of the Bahamas too, right? And you see the state of their infrastructure, for instance, and you see the state of, you compare the governance between the different areas. I think the people will make a decision based on the knowledge and the facts.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, there's positive update on the progress of the Holmes Rock Junior School in West Grand Bahama. The Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama recently providing an update on the ongoing work at the school with a promise to have it opened by September 2025. Here's Raven Davis with that report.
There have been delays in the construction of the Holmes Rock Junior High School, but the Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, says there has been tangible progress on the project.
Right from the last time I was here on the property and gave an update. Since then, you've seen that the roads have been tarred, grass have been planted, and works are obviously continuing. Some final touches that needs to happen. Obviously, the school have been setting for quite some time without any work prior. And so, again, repainting, some final touches, lighting, electrical work, all that is being completed as we speak. Again, sitting in the salt air, you notice some of the doors, some of those cast iron doors, showing signs of rusting. So again, they love to go through again, either replace or repaint.
And he says one of the most notable additions to the school will be this cafeteria, which is being designed to serve a dual purpose.
Again, when we were here last time, we saw a lot of work to be done at the cafeteria. And as you can see now, you would have seen more work have been done, more painting, more interior work.
Smith also confirming that the original contractors who started the project are still on site and completing the final task. He says the junior school, once completed, will help address long-standing challenges for local families.
What we are seeking to do and accomplish is to save the kids in the community the time and expense of traveling out of the constituency or out of the community to attend schools in Freeport. We know we have 8 Mile Rock High School that now has from 7th grade through 12th. And so we want to do the same thing for 8 Mile Rock High. Segregate or separate 7 to 9 and just leave 10, 11 to 12. And so this school, which with those separation and is more conducive to learning and just a better overall experience for all the kids.
Now, the project was started in 2016, and the Member of Parliament says he is hopeful that the school will be open for students in September of 2025. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. Well, it's a recognition some thought they may never have gotten, but nonetheless, well-deserved. After a long time in the works, several streets on the island saw a significant change. Cleopatra Murphy has that report.
The names of 3 stalwarts in the Grand Bahama community are now etched in the annals of history, as officials from the Grand Bahama Port Authority have now renamed 3 popular thoroughfares in their honor. A portion of Coral Road leading to the Grand Bahama Sports Complex has been renamed to Gladstone Moon McPhee Boulevard. Beachway Drive at the corner of St. Paul's Methodist Church renamed to Anita Doherty Drive, and East Atlantic Drive at the corner of Christ the King to Cecil Thompson Drive as part of the GBPA's Icons of the City street renaming initiative. President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Rowe, says the move comes at a significant time as the GBPA celebrates 70 years of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement.
We saw it very fitting to start the renaming process that we envisioned a few years ago, this particular year. A number of these individuals, they were chosen because they are nation builders. And what we were trying to achieve at the Port Authority is we want the regular man or who have left an impact in the building of the city. We want their names to be etched in stones or in signs.
Receiving the honor 15 years after his retirement, former educator Cecil Thompson counts the street renaming as one of his greatest accomplishments.
Never before has a street been named after me, and so I'm most grateful to Ms. Sarah St. George, the chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and our executive, for considering someone like me from Andros worthy of being called one of the icons of the city.
The honor comes posthumously for Doherty, while Thompson and McPhee are still around to celebrate the occasion. Students from various schools were also present at all 3 street renamings, and Rowe says it was important that they see the people they know receive recognition.
It's not all about lawyers and accountants and politicians. The true heroes are people in the classroom, for instance, right? Community builders, people who coach young people, take their private time and they develop youngsters on Saturdays, on Fridays, after school. These are the true heroes, really of the Bahamas, not just Freeport, and they deserve honor.
Rose says the initial street renaming is just the start as the port continues to recognize individuals making a lasting impact in Freeport. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, in other news, fire officials are investigating the cause of an early morning blaze in the International Bazaar. According to reports, firefighters were called to the once popular shopping center during the early morning hours after flames were spotted coming from one of the vacant buildings. ASP Javon Richards, officer in charge of fire services in the Northern District, says crews quickly sprang into action, working to extinguish the blaze.
At about 7:20 this morning, officers were informed of a building fire at the International Bazaar, where they responded and on arrival met a beige and white two-story multi-unit structure, which was dilapidated, engulfed in flames. The same was subsequently brought under control and then later extinguished. We have our investigating team already on scene, so at some point this week, I will give you a call and update you on the same.
Well, tonight, the importance of a good night's sleep takes center stage. For many, sleeping on a comfortable mattress is a luxury, but a local company and organization are joining forces to make sure residents on Grand Bahama have access to quality sleep. Here's Shalia Roll with the details.
Island Bedding and BuyBahamian.biz is on a mission to end bed poverty in Grand Bahama. Omar Isaacs, the managing director of BuyBahamian.biz, says that this initiative was created to restore health and hope for children and families.
Affecting everything from children's mental health, development, to their educational participation. Through this initiative, we aim to provide every child in need with comfort and security of owning their own bed, a basic necessity we take for granted. But children particularly, who had makeshift beds on grounds, they were sleeping on cots, futons, and sofas, and it just tugged at our hearts.
Melinda Davis, the general manager at Island Bedding, says that this initiative has been on her heart for some time, and she's excited to finally be able to pursue it.
And the importance of having a mattress to be able to sleep on, because a mattress, it gives you that comfort that you're looking for, you know, that homely part that we sometimes forget that children need.
Darren Roll, pastor at Calvary Bible Church, also expressing his excitement for the life-changing initiative.
We're here to support him as one of the outlets where persons can come and sign up to be able to possibly qualify for the assistance that he's going to be pronouncing in his part of the interview. So today I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be able to reach out of the four walls of the community and to reach out to persons who may be temporarily in need.
Now, Isaacs is appealing to corporate Bahamas to make donations in support of this worthy cause. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
And still to come.
A family's plea for prayers and financial support. How you can help a special young man in need. Stay tuned for that story, sports, and more.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. Use a bin to put it in.
Let's keep it clean.
Yeah. Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No, yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Yeah. We just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The Royal Bahamas Police Force conducting a recruitment drive for the 11th and 12th grade students at the 8 Mile Rock High School. The aim is to inform students about the structure of the police force and the benefits of law enforcement as a career. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has more.
11th and 12th grade students at 8 Mile Rock High School listened attentively as they heard firsthand from local officers the opportunities and fulfillment of being a police officer. Inspector Chanel Goddard leading the drive, emphasizing that the goal is to give students an insight into the police force and its many benefits.
Those 12th graders who are transitioning soon from high school to the job market, and so we just want to let them know what we have to offer. Like I said, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is a multifaceted organization that it encompasses a whole lot of other career opportunities.
Goddard further explains that the force consists of various professionals, including forensic lab workers, trained nurses, pilots, and more.
We have both captains, we have chefs, all these persons who are living their dreams while serving as police officers.
Collie Theok, vice principal of 8 Mile Rock High School, believes that hosting the recruitment drive at the school is not only timely but essential.
In the Bahamian society, we know that there is a rise in violence and crime, and so to have police officers actually being intentional about finding support from the young generation who are coming up, I think it's an amazing thing, and it gives students an opportunity, especially those who have a desire to be a police officer. This basically is a channel for them to actually fulfill their dreams.
Grade 12 student Cleon Laguerre says that this meet and greet is a great opportunity for the students.
There's not a bad influence going around, so I really think that it's a great chance for them to get into that sort of field if they're interested in it. And I'm just glad that we have these experienced people who want to keep our country safe.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, that's a look at stories making news. Jay, tell us what's happening in sports.
Well, Island Sports begins tomorrow. Some of the top track and field athletes from the Northern Bahamas will be in action at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex.
Sports is coming your way next, but first a check on the local weather forecast.
Weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167, or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
I am ready.
I am ready. I am ready.
Ready or not, it's here. That's right, the biggest gospel show with me, Uncle Fee Baby Boy, on 8:10 a.m. That's right, interviews, greatest songs, praise and worship. It's going to be exciting. We're going to take the Bahamas to the world and bring the world to the Bahamas.
Good day, good evening, and good vibes to my Power Nation. I hope you guys are doing so good. You know you got it locked in with the one and only Angel M, baby.
What you doing in the sky, Gap?
Listening to Power 104.5 FM.
You still listening to the show, Gap?
Yes, Angel M still on.
Girl, bitch, perfect. Yeah, trouble when she turn it. Need your service. Waistline hot like a furnace. Hey, girl, what you doing to me? Doing to me. Girl, what you doing to me? Doing to me.
Tune into Good Vibes with Angel M from 2 to 6 on Power 104.5 FM.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top in Sports. It's track and field season, and Island Sports is scheduled to begin tomorrow at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. One of the new track clubs on the island is One Track Mind, coached by two former junior and senior national team athletes, Nivea Williams and Gino Jones. Both are hoping to get some good results from their athletes.
So it's a lot of kids who we have developed from really ground up that we see at school that have some potential, and we try to train them to be collegiate athletes, basically. For Island Sports, I think this is where we see where we're really at. This is the time of the season where you either peak or you get ready going into Carifta trials. We have about 4 seniors, so they're Carifta hopefuls. And some of them are jumping. We have a distance runner, we have a high jumper. So it ranges all disciplines, and Island Sports is just a benchmark to see what we're doing going into trials.
Deshaun Dean is expected to compete in the sprint and in the jumps.
For the one, hopefully clock lower than 11 seconds. And my expectations for long and triple jump is to hopefully jump 15 meters, because I've been aiming for that. And hopefully jump 7 too, because I've been aiming for that also to make Carifta.
Next in sports, Kai Jones, freshman being signed with the Dallas Mavericks, had a career night in his first game with the Mavs in a 122-98 loss to the Kings. Jones finished with a game-high 21 points and 8 rebounds in 34 minutes. On the other side, Buddy Hield and the Warriors defeated the Hornets 119-101. Field finished the game with a team-high 22 points to lead the Warriors. In local sports, scores from Night League Basketball, 2-4-2 Elite got the W 76-72 over Cornet Shipping. Dion Storr was a high point man with 24 points. In Game 2, the Police Enforcers was victorious versus ODS Fugees 92-76. Edwin Ferguson had 36 points in the win. And finally in sports, scores from Rising Stars Little League Softball in 12U play, West End Sharks defeated H2O Trucking 12-4. And in 16U action, the Crushers shut out FES Hitters 7-0. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Let's keep it clean. Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No, yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Yeah. We just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. We end tonight's newscast with a special report. A Grand Bahama family is making an urgent appeal for prayers and financial support to help save the life of a young man known for his vibrant spirit and loving personality. Lucas Balgus is currently hospitalized, and his family says he needs specialized care abroad to improve his chances of survival.
This is your ZNS News, Hannah Safari, Clark from Grand Bahama. Good afternoon, I'm Lucas Balgus.
At this moment, Lucas is in ICU at the Rand Memorial Hospital. He's in an induced coma.
He is known as a fun and loving young man with a vibrant personality. But for years, Lucas Balgus has battled propionic acidemia, a rare genetic disorder that affects the body's ability to process certain proteins and fats.
Now, some of these organic acids and metabolites, when they accumulate, they can poison the person with propionic acid, and it is
could be life-threatening.
His mother, Shante Wagu, says the condition can be triggered by various factors, including illness. Unfortunately, Lucas contracted the respiratory virus currently circulating on the island, which led to a fever that landed him in the hospital, marking his 17th hospitalization in his young life.
His last one was when he was 11 years old, and he had been able for all of these years, in between 11 and 17, to fight off all illnesses, anything he picks up at school. But this particular bug gave Lucas a fever on a Saturday, waxed him in on a Sunday, ate a little bit on a Monday, stopped eating on Tuesday, went to the doctor on Wednesday, and could barely walk on Thursday.
Since then, Lucas's condition has worsened, leaving doctors to recommend that he be airlifted to a specialized medical facility in the United States that can better manage his care. The family remains hopeful, but is now turning to the community for financial support through a GoFundMe campaign to help cover the cost of the emergency medical transfer and ongoing treatment.
Hopefully between Nicholas Children's Hospital or Baptist Health or Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, he'll be transferred there sooner rather than later. And the GoFundMe is $200,000.
He's everything to us. And, everywhere I go, he's with me. He's with me. I don't know what I'd do.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Lucas Wagus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I'm by the Rand Memorial Hospital.
Lucas, we still have your seat here ready for you to return. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the news team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. There's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight coming your way next.
Disabilities Sunflower is a globally recognized symbol for persons with invisible disabilities.
The Sunflower lanyard made our journey less stressful, smoother, and more inclusive.
REACH is proud to support the Hidden Sunflower Scheme, which makes the invisible visible. So far, the Nassau Airport Authority and the Nassau Cruise Port are Sunflower certified.
So if you see someone with a sunflower lanyard, always remember to be patient and ask if they need some help. Please be kind and always remember to show respect.
We wish to encourage more hotel operators with amenities such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a two-car collision leads to a full-scale investigation into the country's latest traffic fatality here in the capital. Hear what police say led to the tragedy and why they're concerned. Also, chalk it up to opportunity out of adversity. A prominent businessman and diplomat shares the upside of Trump's retaliatory tariffs. And the Bahamas strengthens ties with one of the world's most populous democracies during an historic visit. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Its engine fully exposed on the ground, its front windshield a clean break. A mangled wreck of a black Nissan Cube was hoisted onto a tow truck late this afternoon. Its driver, lifeless in a body bag, placed on a gurney and into a waiting hearse for its long trek to the morgue. This, the end result of a collision between two cars in the area of Sapodilla Boulevard and Thatch Palm Avenue, Pinewood Gardens, just before 3 p.m.
What we can tell you is the black Toyota Mark X was traveling east along Sapodilla Boulevard, and the black Nissan Cube was traveling in a northern direction on Taxbalm Avenue when the collision occurred at the intersection. Both vehicles struck a wall at number 3 on Sapodilla Boulevard, where they received extensive damage. The black Nissan Cube, which was driven by a female, was ejected from the driver's seat to the passenger side, where she was partially out of the vehicle. The driver of the black Mark X, he collided into the wall and received minor damage.
The woman was pronounced dead on the scene. The man, meantime, was taken to hospital. No age or identity given for neither the deceased nor the survivor. And while Chief Superintendent Sabrina Porter told reporters they have not yet determined if speed was a factor, she did issue this all too familiar urgent request, particularly in the wake of a fatal crash early Saturday near the Yamacraw shoreline. Again, the victim, a woman whose car was driven into the water.
I wish to appeal to members of the motoring public to please pay specific attention to street signs and stoplights, and also be mindful of the road traffic safety regulations and abide by them. It's very concerning when we see these kinds of incidents occur and they end in traffic fatalities.
Well, this breaking news just in. Police on the scene of another traffic fatality here in the capital. This one in the area of Prince Charles Drive near the Doris Johnson High School. The victim in this case, a male. Meantime, an off-duty officer, a Good Samaritan's gesture, lands him in hospital. We understand the incident unfolded just after 2 this morning. It was around that time that there was a fight at a business on Charles Vincent Street. As the story goes, a police officer attempted to stop the brawl but was hit in the face with a bottle, beaten about the body, and stabbed to the chest area. The suspects reportedly left the scene in an unknown direction. At last report, the officer was in stable condition. The matter's under active investigations. Well, in more upbeat news, as widely reported, Bahamian shoppers are seeing a wholesome change, a welcome change, rather, at the checkout counter. Cheaper eggs. But are these eggs coming from one of the world's largest egg producers outside the Bahamas? Super values slash prices prompting such concerns. Our Devontae Hanna has been following the story and has this update. Devontae?
Yeah, well, good evening, Makush. For months, Bahamians have been feeling the pinch at grocery stores as egg prices continue to soar, but we've reported that Super Value has managed to lower costs, selling a dozen eggs for as low as $3.79 per carton, and they are credit that is, to sourcing outside the United States. Take a look. Now, while Super Value has been mum on the source of those eggs, Zedness understands the supplier is a company based in the Dominican Republic. The grocer's CEO, Deborah Simonet, has shared that the deal was subjected to observation and subsequent approval by the Bahamas Agricultural, Health and Food Safety Authority.
We would have had to obtain a permit from the agency that's responsible for approving the any products like that are brought in.
And while the United States remains one of the country's leading trading partners, Senator the Honorable Barry Griffin, Deputy Chairman of the Bahamas Trade Commission, says sourcing things like eggs in this instance just makes sense to cut out the middleman.
Many goods that are labor intensive will likely be cheaper in other countries. And that's what we're seeing, for example, in Latin American market. The labor is cheaper in Latin America, and so they're able to produce fruits, vegetables, and other commodities, for example, such as eggs, at a much lower rate.
Meantime, Simonet says more savings are on the way, especially as the government is set to introduce its 50% VAT slash on April 1st.
If we find products that are good at a good price, and we know that they're safe, of good quality, we will definitely bring them in so that we can offer customers.
Well, the process to achieve that permit, according to Seminet, lasted weeks. But just yesterday alone, SuperValue said it sold about 5 containers of eggs. They estimate each container holds up to 600 cases. They've now limited customers to just 2 to 4 cartons going forward. And while shoppers enjoy savings on eggs, we understand that more is on the way in shops across the country on several products. Makushla.
Now, Devontae, I know that many of us are probably familiar with a report by now of TCI, the Turks and Caicos Islands, recently stopping a batch of so-called eggs. Is there any insight if these eggs that we now have, these slashed-priced eggs, are part and parcel of this?
Well, first things first, Makushla, what's important to understand is that those eggs that were confiscated by the TCI government have now been destroyed. But also we understand that those eggs were not contaminated in any way. They were actually being carried, hidden in the back of a trailer, and that is illegal according to the Turks and Caicos government, and they were intercepted because of that. But for right now, we understand that the eggs that we've gotten are seemingly fresh, and they just got here on Monday and hit the shelves, and now possibly on many people's table this morning, and in possibly some pastries throughout the rest of the week. Makushla.
That's some good stuff there, Devontae. Thank you so much. Egg on its face or what? Leader of the Coalition of Independents, Lincoln Bain, is chiming in on all the egg discourse, calling the government's celebration of SuperValue's egg press slash really a failure. He argues it's time for Bahamian farmers to be taking the lead on egg production.
And so why is it that you don't invest in our farmers so that they can grow to scale? Invest in it, subsidize it, like other countries subsidize agriculture, including America. Subsidize them so they can grow to scale and they can have the benefits. You make sure you supply them with feed, and we'll have eggs for probably $1. And so why 4 years later have they not done that?
Now, Bain reasons that the process for producing eggs is simple and vows that under a coalition of independents government, the price of eggs will be cut significantly.
We should be growing our own eggs. I will credit you for that. Eggs are something simple. You don't need rocket science. You don't need special training and years of college. That is simple. I think that is a massive failure to have to buy eggs from the Dominican Republic when we have 700 farmers in this country who can grow eggs. And I've spoken to farmers in Abaco, etc., who said this golden yolk thing is they've really have no forward movement with it, and it shouldn't take you. You can buy chickens and you can have eggs this week. We are going to make sure that things like eggs, fruits, vegetables, we are going to make sure that our people get healthy things.
Coming up, strengthening relations with India. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Quench your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides. Bucket meals starting at just $20. KFC, finger licking good.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new. Signature hot wings. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken.
ghost pepper, pepper.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
News is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
You're looking at a shot of Fusion Superplex, Nassau's 100,000 square foot powerhouse of entertainment. Welcome back. There's now a Parliamentary Human Rights Committee guiding the government's decision to uphold and enforce the human rights of Bahamians in alignment with international standards. The committee is chaired by Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder, with Michaela Barnett Ellis serving as deputy chair. Other distinguished members include Senator Dr. Eresia Hepburn Forbes and members of Parliament Clay Sweeting, Leslia Miller-Bryce, Kwesi Thompson, and Adrian White. These appointments are welcome news to the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. The regional office is actually headquartered right here in the Bahamas. Here's Michelle Brathwaite, regional representative to Guyana, Barbados, and Jamaica.
I commend the government of the Bahamas for taking this significant step in strengthening human rights protections through the establishment of a parliamentary committee on human rights. This initiative reflects a commitment to accountability, transparency, and the promotion of fundamental freedoms for all. A dedicated parliamentary body focused on human rights can play a critical role in ensuring that national laws and policies align with international human rights standards. It also provides an avenue for meaningful dialogue, legislative reform, and oversight to safeguard the rights of all Bahamians. The Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights stands ready to support the committee's efforts to foster a rights-based approach to governance, advancing social justice, and promoting a more inclusive and equitable Bahamas. We look forward to continued collaboration in strengthening human rights protections in the Bahamas and across the Caribbean region.
Now, the Parliamentary Human Rights Committee held its first meeting on Thursday, February 27th, and will convene twice a month to discuss the various aspects of human rights protections. For nearly 40 years, India and the Bahamas have enjoyed diplomatic relations, but the recent visit of its State Minister of External Affairs actually marked the very first ministerial bilateral visit from India to the Bahamas. The visit solidifying the growing partnership between both nations in areas of mutual interest, particularly in environmental conservation, climate resilience, and sustainable development. As a symbolic gesture of friendship and shared environmental commitment, the State Minister, Margarita, planted a yellow elder tree in the gardens of the Bahamas National Trust. This initiative aligns with India's A Tree for Mother campaign launched by that country's Prime Minister on World Environment Day 2024. Well, a sobering prognosis from a former health minister. Noted cardiothoracic and vascular surgeon Dr. Dwayne Sands predicts that as a country, the Bahamas will not be able to afford the complications of the lifestyle choices it has made. Dr. Sands' comments come in the face of the increased use of Wegovy and Ozempic, a weekly injection that ultimately slows digestion by increasing the time it takes for food to leave the body. Reports are that its effects are similar to a bariatric surgery. The price tag, a big one of $600 and up, but in the long run, saves money. He even went as far as to suggest it becomes a public health provided therapy.
And quite frankly, efforts to control your weight by controlling your diet because of the reset of the brain, not successful in more than 90 to 95% of people. And so we are going to have to invest, and I don't have any stock in any of these companies, okay? They have been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, kidney failure, etc. And the side effect profile that people talk about, and there are some significant side effects, but they are a joke compared to the side effects of overweight and obesity. And you know, while every single therapy that exists out there has some problems, right now as a country, because we are so far ahead of everybody else as far as the numbers of us that are overweight or obese, that we should be leading the charge.
The economic benefits derived from the National Paving Project in Exuma, many. Now, Altavi's Munnings is in Exuma with this update.
Safer roads for residents here in Exuma is just one of the financial upgrades Bahamas Striping Group of Companies President Otario Mitchell acknowledges as the Exuma Road Improvement Project continues. Mr. Mitchell is joining us now. Mr. Mitchell, tell us about some of those economic benefits you've acknowledged here in Exuma.
Well, when you take a look at the roadways at Exuma, what they bring is for one, a life to the island. When you drive around, you see people clearing out land, building new buildings. Also, when you go to the restaurants at nighttime, you see more people going to the restaurants and having a sense of comfort knowing that they could drive home safely at night. I think that's some of the economic benefits that Exumans is actually seeing now.
I know that the Road Improvement Project is literally conducted all day, and that has helped to propel your target deadline.
Yeah, well, currently we have 12.5 miles left in over a contract to get done. So we are just finishing up some of the spots. We're working on the old airport road as well as the road by Sandals. Getting that completed. We're actually going to be paving tomorrow, getting those areas completed. Then we have some areas in between Stuart Manor and Baratari that we had to bypass due to some approval, going through the approval process. But we are currently in the last stages of getting those items approved. But what I can say is we are currently in talks with Ministry of Works to come up with a temporary remedy to make that drive a bit easier for the residents and the visitors. So we should have some finalized for that in the next couple of weeks. But overall, I think the project is progressing well. I'm pretty sure the domains are happy. And the one question that I'm being asked a lot now that I'm on the island is when we're going to go to the east. And all I can say is we are coming, but it's a process that we're going through right now.
And I must say that this project began in 2022. It's a 4-year, multi-million-dollar project, and Bahamas Striping Company executives tell me that the project is expected to be completed by the end of April. Reporting in Georgetown with my colleague Randy Knowles for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavi's Munnings.
Well, thanks, Alto. Stay with us on The Beat is after the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
What if I told you Wendy's has a new burger? With a flavor so secret, it's almost too delicious to handle. Well, now it's time to unlock that flavor. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger. We can't tell you everything, but we can tell you that it's packed with flavor, including our secret barbecue sauce. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger today. Available for a limited time. Limited time.
Here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Striping, the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Anxiety appears to be building across the globe as American President Donald Trump has kept his word to impose new tariffs on a number of his country's largest trading partners. The effects of that decision sending shockwaves everywhere, including our region. But as Corval Pyfrom tells us in tonight's Business Beat, there are some already seeing a silver lining.
With U.S. President Donald Trump delivering on his promise to hit Canada, Mexico, and China with increased tariffs Tuesday, experts are watching, waiting, and even worried that we could be headed for a global trade war. The unpredictable U.S. president has foreshadowed raising tariffs for all of the U.S.'s trading partners, and so the Bahamas and this region, cautions Bahamian ambassador to Central America and businessman Sebastian should get ready.
As human beings, we're no stranger to adversity and no strangers to, pricing going up, even in our own personal life. When you had a plumber, carpenter, or a supplier that raised the price on you, you pivot and you look for same quality and service at a different price.
While he hears all the gloom and doom being forecasted, Bastian chooses a sunnier disposition and believes this is instead the beginning of an opportunity.
We can now start to have our own trade partners in different commodities and make sure that the Bahamas is getting the best price for the Bahamas. This is a time when everybody has to look out for their own sovereignty. Obviously, we have strong diplomatic ties with a lot of persons, and we are going to intend to keep those ties. But at the end of the day, we just got to do some more better shopping.
But most importantly, Bastian says the Bahamas will be just fine.
This is an opportunity for us to have a wake-up call and shift our dependency on certain regions that we've depended on almost holistically and exclusively for so long. And, though they may have trade wars with each other, we don't have no trade war with anyone. So we get to pick, choose, and refuse kind of where's the best price for us.
Bastian urges Bahamians to use this as an opportunity to diversify, find new streams, new supplies, he says. And on the other side of this, he predicts you'll find better prices. On the Business Beat, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, we don't have a crystal ball over here, but we can predict that LaDawn will give us a sneak peek of Access Now.
Well, Crystal, let me tell you, dogs are a man's best friend, and we have a few of those furry friends right here live in studio this evening. They're with their dog therapist and owner for the upcoming dog show, Marcus.
You can keep them right over there. But stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
Tasty Bites Instant Oats lowers cholesterol levels. So if you're looking to keep your heart healthy and reduce bad cholesterol, there's no better choice. Those wanting to lose weight also see results because Tasty Bites slows digestion, making you feel full longer. So if you want to lower your cholesterol, lose weight, and have healthy skin, try Tasty Bites Instant Oats today.
Need a DNA test to find out if someone is your father, your child, or your grandparent? Call DNA Direct at 324-0665.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
Is the Little Caesars
stuffed crust pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
The team of ZNet 107.9 FM spent the day community hopping for the second year, taking prayer to the parks of 3 key areas. Our Danielle Dean tells us more.
The Baintown, Stapleton, and Flamingo Gardens communities enriched by outreach and intercession today. ZNS's second annual prayer caravan saw familiar leaders of local churches and other community members giving back their time, love, even steaming bowls of chicken sauce, food for the spirit and soul.
We are in pursuit of building family altars and reminding the nation just how important it is to continue building our faith in Almighty God.
In his 8 years as senior pastor of Emmanuel Prophetic and Deliverance Tabernacle, Senior Pastor Don Clark has marked outreach a critically important element of the church.
Persons may not come to the church, but when they see the church coming to them, they see God. When they see the church reaching out to them, they see the grace of God. And we are all saved by grace, and we must extend that kind of love to those who are hurting and those who are burdened, those who are in sin.
This has been a fantastic experience. I so appreciate what ZNS is doing and taking the lead. This community effort is remarkable.
Reporting for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Success. If you're looking for the perfect place to shape up your life, you ain't gotta look no further, just head